What's up boys? In today's video I'm going to show you 10 really useful console commands as well as a few keybinds that can help improve your PvP for Rust in 2022. So we're starting off with a really basic one, but a really important one at that. The commands Perf1 and Perf2 allow you to see your in-game FPS as well as your ping. Next up is a keybind for an instant toggle of your combat log. Now for this command there are two options. The first is literally just to have F2 or F1 be binded to console.toggle combat log, and that will basically bring up the combat log and any other data that you had in your F1 console. Alternatively, by adding console.toggle console.clear combat log within that command, it will basically get rid of any prior data that was already within your F1 or F2 console, making it a lot simpler and a lot clearer to view the combat log. This third command is for my OG CSGO players. Now back in the day, and still today, people play with the left-handed gun model rather than the right-handed one. It's usually just preference, but a lot of people don't realise that you can do it in Rust as well. By using the command graphics.fov horizontal flip true, it will switch it to the left-hand model, and in order to switch it back, you just change it from true to false. Now you will have seen a lot of big YouTubers and streamers such as Posty using what seems to be a zoom tool when they're playing. Now it's not actually a zoom tool, it's basically a keybind switching your FOV between 60 and 90. By using the command bind b graphics.fov 60, graphics.lodbias 0, and bind v graphics.fov 90, graphics.lodbias 2, you can basically create a keybind that allows you to zoom in your game by changing your FOV. Next up is a console command I actually shared in one of my earlier tips and tricks videos, which if you haven't seen, I would highly recommend checking out, as a lot of the tips are still prevalent in 2022. However, what we're talking about here is variable sensitivity. Now it's no secret that using a lower sensitivity allows you to have more accurate recoil control, but the caveat to that is that you're less snappy. So by using this command, which is bind mouse 1 plus attack 2 plus input sensitivity, and then the higher sensitivity followed by the lower sensitivity, it will allow you to be snappier outside of the scope, and then when you are to aim down sights, it will slow your sensitivity down to allow you to have a more controlled recoil spray. The next command we're talking about is weapon FOV scale. Now by using the command graphics.vm_FOV_scale false, it will set your gun in what looks like a smaller model in game. However, it's actually just affecting the FOV. Now this allows you to see more around you as the gun is taking up less of the screen. By default it's set to true and on, but by changing it to false it makes the gun smaller. The only caveat is that it changes the FOV on holographic as well, making the zoom feel a little bit less than on the larger one. Now this next command helps out with M2 recoil control. Now it doesn't actually affect the recoil when spraying, however when tap firing it will reset your position to where you originally had your mouse after each tap fire. This also applies to the M92, but only these two guns. Also when you are to spray the M2, it will reset your mouse to the original position before you started the spray. This means that you don't have to manually recenter your aim in order to move on to the next target. Now this one is quite a lot of preference, as some players will like to snap between targets, and having this reset can sometimes throw you off a little bit. Auto sprint is a really useful keybind. We all know that feeling of running across the map and ending up with cramp in our pinky finger from holding shift. With this keybind, it will make your character automatically sprint until you put in another input such as WASD, jump or crouch. All you need to do is bind the key of your choice to forward sprint. Setting auto mine to a keybind can be really helpful if you're trying to eco-raid a base or trying to open a bunker. By using the command bind and then the key of your choice, attack, it allows you to automatically mine without having to touch your mouse. With a little bit of practice, this last console command can make you a lot quicker at upgrading your buildings. By using the command input.holdtime and then 0.1 and then eventually go into 0.05, you can make it so the delay between opening the upgrade menu and closing it is less. This can eventually allow you to build without actually opening the menu at all. All the commands will be listed in the description below, so feel free to copy and paste them into your console for the ones you liked. I hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you haven't already, check out my latest video, it was a great group wipe, and yeah, thanks for watching.